Good morning, Rover Riders. This is just an update on what's been going on here since I added the Bafang e-assist to this Rover. Shortly after I took this thing out for the second shakedown cruise, my apartment complex decided that it is going to start its remodeling phase, and since I live in the oldest building on the property, our building is the first to undergo this big remodeling project, which means that as our leases come due, they are not renewing them. Well, we just a couple weeks ago got out of the COVID-19 virus economic shutdown here, and Michigan is just slowly starting to open up its economy again, which means most of the rental offices, apartment complexes, things like housing market is still very much closed down, and people are slowly getting back to normal. In the meantime, we only have so many days in which to find a new place to go. When you try to do this in an already tight housing market, it makes it that much more difficult. Add to the fact that, of course, everything else is also shut down, like healthcare and all this other stuff, and now local hospitals here are just now starting to get back to normal. I have had a healthcare issue that has prevented me from doing many things. I don't seem to have any energy, and we don't know why. So I'm undergoing some tests right now. So, getting this bike out of this apartment and through the two doors and down the narrow hallway in itself is almost a Olympic feat. So I've only had it out the 2 times here. In the meantime, I have been using the pedal assist on the Craftmaster rollers here, so I have gotten some exercise. But I want to talk to you about this display. This is the time on the display. Now, I'm still on the original charge on my battery, the very first time that I charged it up. This is the Panasonic Shark 52 volt battery, and it has been continuously turned on, but this console has not. I found that the date time here does not keep. If I let this thing go for more than a few days without turning on the console, it loses time for some reason. And I sent a message to Luna Cycle tech support and asked them, and I have been informed that this is a Bafang issue. They said they don't know why Bafang didn't put a battery backup in this for the clock right here. They said every time you shut this thing off, okay, you completely power down the console here. Every time you disconnect the battery, you're going to have to reset the date and time. They also said up here on this one, to keep this to the voltage setting, don't use the percentage, because the percentage indicator is not very accurate. Down below here we have the trip meter and the time, and I have no idea how to reset these. I have asked questions on how to reset them. Nobody can give me an answer. So there is no user manual when you order this display panel from either Bafang or Luna. Either one, it's the same thing. There's nothing there to really help you other than the video that Lunicycle has out on their website. And what is there actually is somewhat informative. Now, I just dropped the e-assist down to 0, and if I go over here to the controller and I hit and press this minus and hold it, you know what happens is the motor kicks in and you move forward at a walking pace. Very, very slowly moves forward, but you have to hold that button. You have to hold this button down here down in order to do that. And I know you can't see it because the lighting sucks in here, but this is positive, negative, off, on for the console here. And when you hold, when that is in 0 and you hold this one down here down, you will slowly move forward. All right, that means you don't have to use the throttle, and you can actually kind of ride along as somebody's walking alongside you and not run them over because you hit the throttle too much. All right. The other thing is the e-assist levels themselves. It comes a factory set at 5. You can add, go in there and change it up to a 9, and that gives you a few extra steps of e-assist, and that's very useful on the hills. That way you're not using up your battery power if you don't need to, so that's a good thing. Okay. I also went in and changed the factory settings. My maximum speed now is 20 miles an hour. I know for a fact it'll go 40, because when I first had it and I didn't change the factory setting, out there on the flat spot I had it up to 40, and it was amazing. Scared me on this little trike. I didn't feel comfortable going that fast, but I now have it set to 20. So that's where I'm at right now. As far as the relocating stuff goes, I've got an apartment that I'm working on getting. I should know by this coming Wednesday whether or not I've got the apartment, and then we're looking at a tentative move July 4th weekend, and then I'll be back in stable housing again. And once I get into stable housing, I can address this issue of not having any energy. But the good news also is that apartment is a lot easier to get in and out of. So even if I don't have a lot of energy to, and I get tired quickly, which could be because of lack of red blood cells, or I'm fighting an infection, or whatever the case may be, I'll at least be able to get the bike out a lot easier and be able to go for local rides. And the goal here now for the Rover channel is for me to go on some of the wonderful trails in the West Michigan area, especially around Kent County here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, like the White Pine Trail, the Millennial Trail, the Fred Mile Trail, the Muscatawa Trail, and do the videos on those and share them with you guys on the Rover channel. So, but the motor here, the Bafang motor itself, is working very nicely when I'm on the Sport Crafter trainer rollers there, and it's just like when I had the original setup. So I'm still very much happy with spending the amount of money that I did on this e-assist to get it, even though I haven't been able to use it very much. I think it was a good investment. I'm happy with it. I'm glad I was able to do it myself. I do wish there was better documentation for, like, the control panel here and a few other things. But other than that, overall I'm very, very satisfied, and I'm glad I did it. So that's the update. Hopefully soon here in the next couple weeks we'll have some new videos for you of some actual riding. Okay, so stay tuned. Talk to you later. Ranging Rover out.